you have the question is what advice you have for answering questions that you totally have no idea. The best answer is you don't know. And now you can say, if given a chance, how will you go about learning that new skill? And that becomes the topic of discussion. So imagine this is like a boxing match, right? You got an interviewer and you got yourself. You need to pull that interviewer on your side of the boxing ring. Okay. So anytime you have a question where you're weak, you have to accept quickly that you are not only weak, but you have no idea. But here are the other things that demonstrate you have learned fast enough, you have grabbed those skills. So now the interviewer can correlate that even though you have no idea about this topic, you are a very fast learner, you are hungry, your fundamentals of dissecting the problem and problem solving is much better than every other candidate that they have seen.
Okay. If you have any other questions, enter in the chat or just open the mic. So I have two questions. This is dealing with we have a AMSC, so it's like in person.
Yeah.
Our AMSC student body is kind of interesting. Many of them do not have a lot of software development experience. They don't have a lot of IT related working experience. And now they basically, I guess, learned most of the software stuff in the program. And some of them, they might do some coding camp, maybe take some training in language. But obviously they got a master degree. So for this type of student, do you have any advice? So how they approach, with this kind of, it's not undergraduate, but it's a graduate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, doctor. So I feel domain plays a very big role in getting a job. So for example, if this candidate has worked in the semiconductor industry, okay, and now they have taken a master's degree in software development, they need to highlight the semiconductor industry. Another person might be having a medical device industry experience, and they have taken a MS in computer science or EE. They need to combine the domain experience with the master skill that they have, because the domain experience is very important at that positions.
Okay, so I have one more question. Let's see if anybody else got some other question. Some of our international students, so obviously they're still not very fluent in English, in language, right?
Yeah.
Any advice for them how to prepare? And sometimes you mentioned, sometimes you need to ask to clarify question, right?
Right.
And but for someone whose language skill in English is not, I guess, very adequate, any advice?
Yeah, I think clarity of thought. So the good news is we are not applying for a sales job. We are applying for a software engineering or a computer science or a EE major engineering position. The people who are interviewers are looking for clarity of thought. Okay. I've been in this country for 20 plus years, and as you can see from my accent, I don't have an American accent. Okay. But yet I'm very successful because I'm able to communicate my clarity of thought to the person I'm talking to. So I think you should be very confident and comfortable in your own skin, and you should always be um, um, the word I'm looking for is verbose with your style of inquisitiveness. So you need to demonstrate you are hungry, you're inquisitive, and you are genuinely trying to understand the problem statement that the interviewer is giving you. Okay, we have a
We have
question here.
3 questions, so Sanjay, you can also
Yeah.
answer any order.
Yeah, let me take Harika Reddy here. I am a graduate student with zero experience in the industry. So how can I build my profile to crack my first job? I think the best way to get started is to look for an internship. Okay. And there are a lot of internship, paid and unpaid, that are available. The 6 months of internship with any company will really get you to the practical world of technology development. And that combined with your degree that you have from Fullerton will prepare you to take on some very interesting job interviews that will come your way. What are the good ways of physical networking? I find job fairs are often too crowded or impersonal. Alex, that's a great question. I don't think job fairs are the place to make contacts. Think about meetups. So if you are interested in AI ML, I'm sure if you Google AI ML on Eventbrite or meetups.com, you will find a lot of networking that goes on that topic. So that's number one. Number two, there are a lot of companies that participate, they have their own user conferences. So, for example, SAP user conference, Oracle user conference, Salesforce user conference. Try to get free passes. Students have the ability to get these free passes, get free passes, attend these conferences, talk to people who have the booths, because those are the people, if they can afford to have a booth in an exhibition, they have the money to hire, which means they are growing. So these are soft indicators that you can use in your job search. Tassin has a question. What do you think about job demand for penetration testing, ethical hacker position? How would you design your resume as a fresh graduate? I think penetration testing, ethical hacking, they're all part of the job called cybersecurity compliance. And cybersecurity compliance today is one of the hottest categories in the tech space. Unfortunately, it's a very crowded field because there are the Junipers and the Junipers and the Broadcoms and the F5s, and then there are software virtualization stacks that are also in the cybersecurity world. I think the best way to get started in this category is to get yourself certified. And once you have certification, you can highlight those certifications in your resume. Even if you didn't have the experience, it speaks about your seriousness to pursue a career in that category. Okay, so I hope those answers were.
Sanjay, you got a second part. How would you design your resume as a fresh graduate?
Oh, this is a talk I gave last time. You should look at the recording. But in a nutshell, I think an engineering resume should be a 2-page resume. Start off with an objective that extremely crisp. So when somebody reads the objective, they exactly know what position and what technology interest you have. Don't use a lot of buzzwords. Okay. Many times, fresh graduates struggle to show experience. But the good news here is your 2 years of master's program is actually counted as an experience because it's applied learning and not theoretical learning. If you have done projects in grad school, please highlight them. If you have taken relevant courses that tie to the job requirement, please identify them and highlight them and how those coursework apply to the job requirements. If you have published papers or planning to publish papers, please highlight them. If you don't have papers published, please write some blogs that are relevant to the topic on the basis of which you want to get a job, and then highlight those topics of the blog in your resume. So these are many examples to demonstrate targeted learning that is relevant to the job you're looking for.
Okay. If there's no other question, thank you so much, Sanjay. So this is great. And maybe whenever you're visiting OA, let us
Yes.
know. So we'll be happy to invite you in person on campus. So you can
Absolutely.
meet with the faculty and also meet with more students. And thank
Absolutely.
you so much for, any of you if you're interested in Sanjay's first talk, as I mentioned before, you can go to MSc website. I think I showed that in the beginning of the talk. You should be able to see all the recorded session of all MSc seminar. Okay, thank you for all the
Thank you,
students.
Doctor.
And
Bye-bye,
thank,
and wish you all the best.
yeah, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.